and welcome to a special version of Brew Bits live from Flying Dog Brewery. This is an emergency session. It is not Friday. Do not go to happy hour tonight thinking it's Friday and you have the whole weekend ahead of you.
You can still go to happy hour, though.
Yeah, it's Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
Pace yourself.
And the tap room is just opening. We actually have our first customer in for the day. And tonight is our launch party for our winter beers, because winter is coming. It is. So we have 7 winter beers coming out, which is a ton.
So many.
But when you break it down to the packages that it's in, it's really only, if Naughty and Nice is 1.
3.
And Otterbeins is 1.
4.
And Canine's 1. So maybe Naughty and Nice are not 1, because they're supposed to be opposites, so they're not cohesive. But we have 7, so...
Logistically, it's 7.
Yeah. First, I want to thank our sponsors, Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings earn points for more wings. Download the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazin' Rewards app on our in-store tablet on your mobile device at www.blazinrewards.com. No G in that. Only at your local B-Dubs in Frederick, Urbana, Rockville, Gaithersburg, and Columbia. Wings, beer, sports. You have to be here. So we are live at Flying Dog, and we are going to try some winter beers. This is Cooper Asay. Is that... I always say it AC.
That's right.
Sorry. ASAY.
It's all good. It's pronounced weird. It's a
Emily,
weird
so
last name.
your last name's even harder. Bobotas.
Babotas.
Bobotas.
Okay.
We got
Close.
it. We got each other's
Close.
back.
Yeah.
And they are in the lab here at Flying Dog and keep a good watch on quality.
Yep.
So
Indeed.
pretty much our best friends, especially us out in the market talking to people, we want good, consistent beers, and that's exactly what you guys do. So thank you for that. Let's get started. I'm thinking we just start with Canine because it's one that stands on its own.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And it's one that we've done, I mean, it's changed, but it's a consistent winter beer that we've had. We've done Canine for, I don't know how long, but
Oh
years.
gosh, it's probably been close to 20. I'm not even kidding. Maybe 15 to 20.
It's one of the classics. It's one that's stood up.
Delicious.
Really fun. This year, Canine has a new label.
Yeah.
So
we put
that's
a little twist on it.
Yeah, so it's
We
had the
changed it a
same
bit.
label, the same Ralph art for the life of it, and now it has some new stuff. So make sure you check that out on the shelf. It's really cool. All right, let me pour some of these for us. I didn't think about trash cans, so that's going on the shelf right now.
It's all good.
I promise to pick it up later.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Pass it down, so you can see how dark it is. Right there. It's not pitch black, but very, very dark.
Yeah.
And so we revamped the recipe this year.
We did.
And I think most notable are the extras, like the cardamom and stuff that sticks out right away. I feel like you can smell that on the nose, like
Absolutely.
a little more than
Definitely.
in the vanilla. I mean, that's obviously you taste that, but I think you can certainly. Let me get some so I can.
So we looked at Canine, and Canine originally was like a winter ale, and it was kind of just like a darker, had a little roast to it, had a little kind of bitter astringency to it, but we've really kind of geared it more towards being, I mean, now it's not a winter ale anymore, it's called a winter warmer, and we wanted to play up that kind of warm aspect that you want when it's cold out and you really
Right.
kind of want to warm yourself. And alcohol obviously can do that, but we also tried to do that through flavor. So we added chocolate to it, which is kind of like, hot chocolate, something like that. And chocolate's just wonderful around Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And so with that also, we added vanilla to it. Now the vanilla is very subtle. It's pretty...
I think the vanilla comes off more as a sweetness than a flavor.
It does. It does. And
It definitely complements the chocolate notes, though. It really brings them out. a lot
absolutely.
Yeah.
Which kind of, it's, I mean, with any recipe, you can, if you want something to really, and I'll kind of talk about this a little bit more with the cookies as well, but if you want one flavor to come out, you can do 2 things. You can just add more to it, which is the easy way out, or you can do something that contrasts it and that really kind of brings out
Makes
through
it
just,
pop.
makes it pop, exactly. And so that vanilla, really more than giving a vanilla flavor, so we're looking at kind of bringing out that chocolate. And then cardamom is, it's a spice that is often added to teas and things like that.
Some Indian foods, too.
Some Indian foods, and it's really meant to be a warming kind of note to it. So again, winter warmer, we're really trying to play up all those notes that kind of give you
It's
that.
Tiny spice there.
That's-
Not
yeah.
overpowering, but just enough.
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel it's like more in that aftertaste where you get that warm feeling.
Yeah.
But no, this is great, and it is one of our longtime beers, and just changing it up, I think, gives it a little bit of new life and
Yeah.
got us excited about it again. So I hope people out there in the market are just as excited. So look for that. It went to a new red label. It still has Ralph art, and it's gorgeous. It has
It's
a
a
pretty
gorgeous
mean
label,
a mean
absolutely.
dog on it. But
Yeah.
but
and the
it-
case is gorgeous as well.
Right.
I absolutely love the
We
case.
actually have snowmen built out of canine cases here in the tap room tonight. So if you come by, we're all decorated for Christmas. We have all of our winter beers out. There's lights on the patio. Our food truck has a special chili I was going to talk about a little later. So it's winter. Winter is coming. Winter is here. Everybody's coming in the tap room now. All right. So K9.
One down. 7
One
to
down,
go.
6 to go. Actually, we could do 8 if you guys want to talk about the Sub Rosa series while
Start
we're
with the
here.
Sub
So I
Rosa.
might have to get Josh
Fuck
over
it,
there
throw
to...
sea salt on there. That's not out yet, but we'll fucking put that in there.
It's not
Drink 'em
released
all.
yet.
Horn
Kristen will
dog.
kill us.
Straight
Let's go
Yeah.
to fucking
Let's
2017
just keep
rarities.
going.
Let's do this
taste
shit.
all of them. All right. Here, give me this so I'm just away from the equipment a little bit. All right. So next, you want to start with naughty or nice? Which one's going to wreck us?
Let's do nice first.
Nice, definitely.
Nice first.
Nice is a little more subtle.
Nicer, if you will.
Stop.
And when I say wreck us, I don't mean get us hammered. I mean get
Palate.
your palate
You
wise,
don't wanna
yes.
wreck your
You don't want to
palate.
wreck your palate. Or you might. Just
maybe.
go for it.
Sure.
Barely taste anything anymore, right?
Trained, we can figure it out.
This is another dark one. You can't see us pouring it in the glass here, but
It is winter. All the dark beers come out.
I like the hue on the head there.
Yes. Nice little
Tan.
tan. And those little bubbles. Like a little mocha. Tiny little bubbles.
This label has an awesome dog with a big bow on it.
Yep.
This is your nice present. So nice is a milk stout.
Yep, so we were kind of going with the naughty and nice. So last year we did 2 Belgian ales. One was kind of a standard Belgian ale, and then naughty was a very heavily spiced dark Belgian ale. This time we're going more like a milk and cookies route for the nice, and then for naughty, the more alcoholic route with an eggnog naughty. So with nice, it's really a very standard, just simple, delicious milk stout. So we add lactose to it, a lot of dark malts, and it really just gives you this just thick, creamy, rich chocolate note to it.
Oh,
Not
it's
too
so
sweet,
good.
Very well balanced.
Yeah. I can actually barely taste alcohol at all. Like even
Oh, yeah.
that's usually I mean it's very good.
Like you could convince me that you could warm this up and be hot chocolate. Like it's just,
oh wow. It's
It's,
almost
uh,
it's
Put a little dollop of ice cream on here.
yeah.
Vanilla.
We could make some floats.
and this is in my mind, it's an important thing to note. Is like you can do all these crazy beers, but every once in a while it's nice to just bring it back to something that's simple.
Yeah.
And just you don't need a lot and just delicious and God, nice. is
Who else
wonderful.
does a milk stout really well? Left hand? I mean that's
Left Hand
probably
does a solid
the
one.
most popular.
You got
do
Lancaster
some
Brewing
vertical.
had one that was pretty
Pretty
good.
solid.
Yeah. They had a double milk stout, which I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just throw doubles and
Double.
imperials and things. It's like, all right.
It's got more alcohol.
Yeah.
So Matt Hardesty just wrote in.
Yeah.
Mouse. He works here at the brewery, and he said to say something funny. So that's hard when somebody just throws that right at you.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go over. There's a board behind us
Oh yeah.
Mm.
that's the naughty and
Got it
nice
lately.
list of the brewery
Yeah.
that we put together. So we'll be funny when we go over that, Matt. But right now, Mouse, we're talking about beers. Let us
How
get
dare
through
you,
that.
Matt, make such ridiculous requests.
And Jason Thomas said, I'm all about the nog.
All
So
about the
that
nog.
must-
Well,
must be already
next.
on our next beer.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here, I'll
hurrying
take
us
this for you.
along.
Take that. All right. So you can actually buy these separate. They are not sold together. They are separate 6-packs, the Naughty and Nice.
We do all of our variety packs by hand, so
They are hand-packed with love.
hand-packed with love.
So these
much
these
love.
are not those. Right?
Megan is pointing to herself because she helped out on the variety pack today.
You helped out on the variety pack today.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I had to like wipe my eyes when I walked in. I was like, "Is that
Megan, do you want to come up here and describe what the variety pack line's like? Just so people know that it's kind of it's. Here, you can. Here,
I mean, there
come
are
up
people
here.
who do that like every day.
Tell us about your
I mean, I think you
experience.
got the gist of it down, right? So
Yeah.
when you have a variety pack,
So when you have a variety pack, they take the beers and they repack it
closer.
into cases, and then they're lined up, and you have a little conveyor belt, and you just want, and you put them in, and then
So a variety
seal.
pack is
With sound effects.
You're blowing my mind right now.
it's got 4 different kinds of beer. So our
Yeah.
bottling line only bottles one at a time.
Yeah.
Correct. So
it has to be repacked.
So yeah, it's all in different packs, and they have to hand pack it in there with love. So it is a labor of love, and we definitely appreciate all that extra hard
Yeah,
work to have
they-
these holiday packs
Exactly, the
and
guys back
variety
there.
packs, and we're doing some more really fun stuff this year at Flying Dog that will be hand packed with love. So
Yeah, they rock it out back there for sure. I had a great time. It's cool to experience a different department.
what
Yeah.
music were you listening to back there today? Give me an example.
I don't know what it was. I was so in the zone that my ears.
I
kinda
hear
just
Prince a
went
lot.
deaf.
Yeah.
One time I went back and it was Mariah Carey, and that was a little shocking.
They throw some things at a left
And then
field.
gangster rap a lot.
Yeah, no, I did DMX there a
yeah.
lot when I was doing
Yeah.
variety pack. There was
Yeah.
a
It's
lot of DMX
It's a lot
playing.
of trap music, if you will.
Yeah, trap.
It's.
Meg, are you a trap queen?
I'm not gonna say that on camera.
She's not
I
a
don't even
trap
know what
queen.
that means. I've just heard it. Like, I literally don't know what it means. I'm just saying words.
Nope, not gonna admit
Not a
to
trap
it.
queen? Okay.
May know a bunch of the songs.
Well,
not
I
gonna
feel
admit to it.
like when I walk through the brewery and the hot side, if I usually come this way from the front door, and I go, the hot side is the brew house, and it's before fermentation, and they're playing like one type of music usually, and then you go in the fermentation hall, and sometimes it's a different one,
Yeah.
and then you go in the lab, and it's different, and you go to package,ing and it's different, and
And
it's
here
just
it's
like
all
a
over the
dance
place.
party. Yeah, in the
Yeah.
tap room it's different, and you go in the office, and it's kind of silent.
Yeah. yeah
Everybody's got their headphones on. Yeah.
I think
Just
there's
it's
one part
definitely-
of the brewery where you can just go and hear all the different music playing at once and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Well, if anybody
your head
ever wanted a
explode.
glimpse into our music day around here, there you go. That was it.
inside
And
jokes.
Megan's not a
Walk
trap
around.
queen. Yeah.
I'm not. All right.
All right, let's
Adios.
talk about adios, amiga. Let's talk about Naughty Eggnog Ale. So eggnog ale is something I've never had before.
Yeah.
So this was like I've never heard of it. It's brand new to me.
yeah.
What? It's an ale brewed with cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. If you're reading the flavor.
Yep.
I mean, the flavor, the label.
Yeah.
I swear this is. I haven't been drinking before this. I promise you. So, the eggnog, I guess we took the flavors from what you think traditional
The spice that you
eggnog
traditionally add
is,
to
and,
it.
and then we added it to an ale.
Yep. So
Let me
again,
taste
cinnamon,
this.
nutmeg, touch of vanilla, relatively spice heavy. Give it a little more residual sugar, so it's gonna be a little thicker. Tried to carbonate it a fair bit, so it still pops. It's gonna be a little different than an eggnog, right? So it's gonna be, it's eggnog with carbonation basically.
Yep.
Now, Naughty is going to be traditionally when we first started this. Traditionally, like it's been a long time. It was last year.
Yeah.
So last year when we started this, we knew Naughty would have a bigger ABV, just give you a little more bite, and I feel like as soon as there's definitely more of an alcohol burn with this one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I
Than
think the
milk
spice
stout.
definitely brings out that burn a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
The
for
spice,
sure.
and to some degree,
And
we
it's
want that
8.4.
burn. Yeah. And Nice is relatively close to that ABV, but at the end of the day, if you're really trying to mimic eggnog, right? Eggnog, you throw some bourbon in there, right? So you want a little bit of that burn. So we really geared it to have kind of a bourbon alcoholic note
Yeah.
with it, because that's really what
Oh
eggnog
no, it's
is.
you can tell it's on purpose because it's balanced with the rest.
Right.
The rest of the beer. It's not just something that's thrown in there and off kilter.
Yeah.
For sure. But it does This could also, maybe if did this with ice cream.
Yeah,
it would-
actually,
My
it would
God.
add that creaminess.
Yeah. Make a milkshake with it. An eggnog milkshake.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Holy shit.
maybe after this.
Yeah.
on that.
We might need it after this. Oh, man. So Lee Rose wants me to Heather chug a K9.
Like right now?
It's Wednesday.
Can we
It's
get,
not
like, a
Friday.
rain check?
So,
Friday.
so Solomon, my partner, we do miss him today. Solomon, hi. I know that you're watching in California, and sorry you're
hopefully
not
it's
here
not
with us. We
raining
do
and
miss you.
cold.
And he chugged a double dog
Damn.
during a
Beast.
show. Yeah. And I
that.
feel really bad. So that makes me feel even worse that I'm not even going to attempt chugging a K9 right now in this tap room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I got a day ahead of me.
Yeah.
It's like fucking 4 on a Wednesday.
yeah, we've got half the week ahead of us. So,
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
We do.
I don't think chugging. Steve Rose said yes, do it. No, I don't
peer
think
pressure.
it's gonna happen. Oh, this is delicious.
It is indeed.
I gotta take a second to thank our sponsors, Buffalo Wild Wings. Join Buffalo Wild Wings and Sam Adams in their efforts to raise money for veterans with Pour One Forward starting Monday, November 7th, starting Monday, November 7th, Sunday, November 13th. Come in your local B-Dubs and buy a regular Sam Adams for $4 and purchase another regular Sam Adams for a veteran. Only at your local B-Dubs in Frederick, Urbana, Rockville, Gaithersburg, and Columbia. Wings Beer Sports, you have to be here.
Have to be.
You have to be. Actually, one of the beers that we're going to be tasting later, Christmas IPA, is on tap at all the Maryland B-Dubs right now.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
nobody, that's pretty special for them. There's nobody else really has that. We did very little draft of those 4 beers, the Otterbeins
Oh, yeah.
beers that we're going to go over a little later. The holiday collection. All right. So before we dive into the last 4 beers, the holiday collection, there is a board behind us that is our naughty and nice list from the brewery. And this is something that we have all the time, and it usually says welcome, not welcome, but getting in the holiday spirit, we put naughty and nice. So, for example, on the nice side, we have Tom Hanks, because who doesn't love Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Everyone
He's
loves
the
Tom
fucking
Hanks.
best.
He's in every movie that my dad watches.
Bill Murray, squirrel delays. I don't know if you guys watched football last weekend.
You had a
the
squirrel
Indianapolis game. They had a squirrel that was just running all over the field.
Really?
Yeah, and there were delays, and they're chasing the squirrel, and that squirrel was probably scared to death the poor day, but it was
Giants
it was
surrounding.
hilarious. It was. And we also have professional clowns on that side of the list.
I feel bad for them. Just getting a bad rap.
They're getting a bad
all
rep.
the time. God.
They're
not
not
fair.
getting hired right now, guaranteed. Or
Yeah.
they're scared for their lives when they walk around in their uniform. I guess you would call it a uniform if you're a professional clown.
Yeah, I bet they're just getting yelled at, and they're just, I'm just walking home, man. I'm sorry. I just came from a gig. Not trying to be creepy.
Who would you guys write in and tell us who you would put on the naughty and nice list, and you might see it up there next week at Flying Dog.
I feel like I don't want to actually watch now what actually happened with squirrel delays, because in my head, it's so much better if just watching giant linebackers just booking it after the squirrel,
It
just
was-
lumbering.
The most hysterical part of the game, and this lasted for a very long time during the game. It was in the end zone at one point, and like they had to stop, and they're like, you could see people kind of like, if you can see me on camera right now, like taking a step towards it, but they're like, what are you gonna chase the
You're not
squirrel?
catching a
Like,
goddamn
you're not
squirrel.
doing anything with the squirrel. Yeah,
It's got like 2 jobs in life, which is to get away from people.
I feel like it was on purpose, because the week before, like, did you guys see the dildo on the field at the Bills game? So sorry,
watch my
guys, you guys
football.
were not ready
God.
for this
No, just-
conversation today. Sorry, Coop. So right in, also from the end zone side, somebody threw a dildo onto the field, and it was just sitting there, right? So the refs see it, and they do. It's almost like the same thing. They like go to get it, but they're like, absolutely not touching
Yeah,
that.
they're who's
Like,
gonna touch this?
nobody's touching that. So they like go towards it,
Hazmat
and then,
suits.
and then the one ref just like walks over and just kicks it off the field. And the cameras then went away. I don't even know who actually grabbed this at the end of the day. Like, who
Someone
was the
had
special
to.
person? They probably like went and got gloves.
Yeah.
They got this
Probably.
dildo off the field. So.
So you're just imagining
Hilarious.
someone overhand threw a squirrel onto the field as well.
No,
Just-
somebody was like, haha, they trapped it, and they're like, let's watch these
Let's
idiot
unleash.
refs run around and try to get this squirrel.
What'll happen next week?
Yeah. Also on the nice side, we have Old Bay beef jerky. So Red Truck Beef Jerky Company, they are making an Old Bay beef jerky that just came out recently. You can find it at Wise Markets, soon to be at Total Wine, and some different places. But that has to be delicious, and we'll definitely be trying that with Dead Rise in the future. I know sometimes those complementing both with Old Bay seasoning on it might not be the best, but I mean, we'll try it.
But I
We
want to
could
eat
definitely-
jerky and I want to drink beer. So
Yeah.
if you
then-
give me an excuse to eat those two together,
If you want to, yep. If you
gonna
want to eat
do it.
jerky and drink beer together, that's your combination right there. Old Bay beef jerky and Dead Rise Old Bay ale.
What are member berries? Am I missing
So
something?
Member Berries is South Park.
that sounds like.
I
a South
also
Park
had to
reference.
ask
Yeah, it
about that
does.
one.
I'm so behind the times.
It's like I guess it's like a version of their weed without saying that it's weed. Does anybody want to chime in here on Facebook and really explain Member Berries? No, they're just disappointed that I backed down. I'm not ever
Yeah.
known to back down. Maybe later. Let me get through the show and then I will.
Yeah.
We
chug
still have
some
lots
canine.
of beers to drink.
We
so
we still have 4 to go, maybe 5.
You don't want to
maybe
wreck your
5.
palate.
No, or get wrecked.
Or get
period.
wrecked.
Yeah. All right. We'll go over naughty after we go over a couple of Otterbeins beers.
Cool.
Okay. Let's see. What order should we do this in? So
Leaf?
we have a Baltic Porter,
I'm thinking leaf definitely first.
horchata lager,
Yeah, leaf.
Christmas IPA, and raspberry leaf ale. Yeah, that seems the least.
Yeah, I would go leaf horchata. Christmas Baltic or Baltic Christmas?
Christmas and then Baltic. Maybe.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Either one.
So I haven't had any of these yet.
No,
This is my
really?
for
This is
real first
exciting.
time.
Yeah. So kind of as you were talking about, when you have pairings like this, you have 2 options. You can go with doing something that's similar, or you can go with doing something that's contrasting. And we've done both with these cookie pairings in the past. In my opinion, I always like the contrasting. I think that you have more versatility with that. You can do a lot of different things. It's definitely the more difficult route to go. And then also it makes those flavors stand out and really kind of gives you a much higher complexity to the beer. So most of these beers really aren't going to be like if you have your lemon cookie, we're not doing a lemon beer with the cookie. We're really doing something that is meant to contrast the lemon and really kind of blend into something that having each one individually you wouldn't get, but having them together kind of builds towards something unique.
Yeah. So we are gonna try these with cookies. I do have all the cookies
Goddamn
here.
right we are.
So I'm gonna step back.
Walk
a
out
little
of this
bit.
podcast if I don't get a goddamn
Step
cookie.
back. This is how I got Coop here. I promised him cookies.
Just dangle the cookies
Yeah.
in front of the microphone.
Yes. So Otterbeins. So this is the beer is Flying Dog's holiday collection, and they pair well with Otterbeins cookies. We often call the beers Otterbein beers because they pair with, but it's actually called the Flying Dog Holiday Collection. Otterbeins is a bakery from Baltimore. It's a family-owned bakery. I mean, Ben Otterbein still works there, and that's who we deal with when we talk to them. It's over 100 years old, and I think everyone in Baltimore knows who Otterbeins is or who they are, and we have teamed up with them to pair their cookies. I believe they make these all year round anyway, but we took some cookies that they make and then we made beers that complement those cookies. So that's where we're at with these pairings right now. So with the raspberry leaf ale,
Yes,
the lemon sugar cookie is supposed to pair the best.
correct.
So I'm gonna give, I think it's these?
Yeah,
The
the
lighter
sugar
ones?
and the lemon. Look, wait, let me
You
give
can
it a
smell
little,
it.
The lighter
little,
ones?
little sniff.
Is it lemon?
I don't fucking have any idea.
We should
Give me the other one. Let me see the other one.
That smells lemony. That's lemon.
That's lemon. This is not
Yeah.
lemon.
I'll give you guys those.
Okay, is this?
Sweet.
Nobody's like sick and germy, are they? We're good.
We're all
No.
slightly sick here.
Definitely.
That's probably true. I'm not even gonna deny that.
So with the raspberry, raspberry is a very subtle flavor, and so you go for that because raspberries. I mean, you think of something like a cherry or strawberry; those things really pop and stand out. But raspberry is a very subtle fruit, and so we kind of did a light ale to go with it. We used a German ale yeast. It's a little bready, a touch astringent from the leaves to really kind of give it that tea note, and then there's a subtle kind of raspberry finish. And I think the idea behind that was we just, with raspberry tea, you want some lemon with it. You want some kind of acidity to kind of make that pop. And especially with kind of like a beer, you also often will add honey or sweetness to it, and having like a sweet lemon cookie with that really gives it a kind of raspberry tea
This is
flavor.
super crushable. To not use
Oh
a
my
bad
God.
word,
It
but
is.
Yeah,
like,
no, it could.
It definitely is. Delicious. And I like that it doesn't have like a super like punch you in the face raspberry flavor because like
Absolutely.
you can definitely overdo that. I think,
Absolutely.
in beers
yeah,
and
you know,
flavorings in general.
And with this collection, you want a diversity in the style of your beers. And so this one's more on the light, crushable, as you would use, subtle. It's a beer.
as Heather would use.
But then as we kind of go through them, they are going to ramp up into some extremely flavorful, thick, rich beers. So you really get the full spectrum when you get the variety pack.
Well, that was delicious.
Yeah, with that cookie, holy shit,
So good.
it's
So
dangerous.
Thanksgiving's coming up, and I feel like this is a good pack to bring with you to dinner, because it has a rainbow of flavors, and so is Thanksgiving dinner, and it's just a fun variety pack to show up with instead of just showing up with a 6-pack of something random that could like nobody might like or doesn't actually go with anything. And then you bring the cookies, and then you also
cookies.
brought dessert and beer, and you're a
Boom.
fucking hero.
You are.
You're a fucking hero.
Then
You're
you
one
just
will turn you
steal all the
away.
tasting notes that we say, and you're fucking brilliant too.
Yes. Yeah, so write this shit down, guys.
Yeah. Taking notes.
Take notes.
All right. So that was the raspberry leaf ale paired with the lemon sugar cookie. So next we're going horchata.
Horchata.
Yeah, I think Baltic
Yes.
is gonna be pretty. Baltic is gonna be pretty hard to drink after.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to, but it might be hard. We'll just power through.
Power through that shit.
We're professionals here. We know what we're doing.
Yes. So this pairs with the sugar cookie. You have that there.
You want to break down horchata for him, Emily?
Sure.
Pass that on.
Basically, it is an ale with basically tastes like
a lager.
horchata. Lager, sorry. I know what I'm talking about, I swear. Horchata lager. Basically,
Crushing it.
I mean, it was kind of done to mimic horchata, the actual like Mexican beverage.
Which tastes like
Cinnamon,
Vanilla,
vanilla.
kind of light.
So not to sound like a frat boy again, since I was saying crushable, but it tastes like the milk when you're done eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Exactly. That is the perfect.
With
Emily has
alcohol
said
in it.
that
So
like
I've said
every
it so
time
many
she's had it.
times.
yeah, it's amazing.
It is.
It is Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk beer.
Beer, yes.
And we went for the lager because of, when you have a Modelo, kind of, the same kind of idea
Yeah.
behind it,
Just want light.
Mexican beer, beverage, Mexican drink,
Yeah.
horchata, cinnamon toast crunch milk. Can't go wrong.
And so pairing with the sugar cookie, when you have something that is this flavorful and is this kind of sweet, the sugar cookie really is just meant to be that blank slate. When we do these pairings, we have the 4 cookies. The sugar cookie is always our playground for what beer we want to make, just because you can basically just blow up and do some big, flavorful, really cool beer that's going to now stand out because you have that blank slate of the sugar cookie. And so that really, the horchata is just with the cinnamon and just very,
It's like a snickerdoodle.
it's
when you put
it's
together.
basically a
That's
snickerdoodle.
what
That
you get.
that's a very good description.
Right. Dead on.
I'm getting crumbs everywhere.
I feel like I'm just crunching into the mic.
It's so good.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Oh.
The wonderful thing about working for a brewery is like this is all of my presents to my family. Is
Oh,
just
yeah.
beer.
It's
That's
so easy.
My friends also.
friends, family,
Friends, family.
acquaintances.
Anyone.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna work on my car.
You hold the
I
door
got
for me
you.
at the mall. Fucking here's goddamn variety pack.
Let's not take it that far.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, so good.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
All right. We still have 2 left.
we can do it. Well, we've got 2 left. You've got 3 left.
Yes.
You've got a shotgun, a canine.
Can I do the raspberry leaf ale? Lee, if you're still watching, can I do the raspberry leaf ale instead? That's way more crushable. I mean, am I allowed
Things
to
to
do that in
do.
here? I guess if I just bought one, I'd be allowed to just crush it, right?
Probably.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
just do whatever. Why am I worried about it?
We'll shield you. We'll just shh.
It's
we-
fine.
So, Christmas IPA, right?
Christmas IPA.
Yes.
So this is the one that is on tap at Buffalo Wild Wings. I can smell the pine right now.
Oh yeah. So it is an IPA that tastes like a Christmas tree.
It does.
Pairs with orange white chocolate chip cookie. Has orange peel, spruce, and tangerine natural flavors.
No, I haven't had the cookie with the spear yet, and I'm really
Yeah, I
excited
have not
because I
either.
think it's going
All right,
to
I
be
gotta find this one.
7.6%.
the perfect combo.
So I think,
Yes.
I mean, the spruce definitely is what I'm smelling right now, but I think there's definitely got to be hops in here that make it more, they're just more piney hops. That we wouldn't put something that,
Right.
well, maybe some citrus because of the orange peel. that
We
would
do
play
add
well
orange
together.
peel to it, and we also add Columbus hops and. Yo, Emily, hand me that those sheets right over there. Shh. Cut this part
No,
out.
it's okay.
I know what I'm talking about.
I know you know what you're talking about. Sometimes
do.
we say, oh, the citrusy hops or the piney hops, and we don't even know what we're talking about because there's so many varieties of hops now. And this would be perfect for Solomon to be here right now because he is a hop farmer and knows what I'm talking about. But you have
You know what? It's just Columbus.
Columbus.
You got me, brew sheet.
Yep.
And then tangerine infusion. So we do basically very much similar to Bloodline, where you use tangerine, a little different, but tangerine peel that
Gotcha.
has again. So
And
we
it's got to be very similar, but
yeah, a hint of orange, but then you want that. I mean, the basic idea behind it is with a very sweet cookie like this, something bitter is kind of nice. So having an IPA in there, and then I don't know why, but like orange and pine seems to go well. Maybe it's like candles or I don't know, but those 2 flavors
Yeah.
very much seem
They
like
well, they complement
Melt
each other.
so
Yeah.
well.
They complement each other. Yeah, they're
You
not
said
like
the
contrasting there.
bitterness and the sweetness. It's perfect.
absolutely.
And
And it's
acidity kind of you get from the cookie, like the orange flavor. With that bitterness, kind of just balances out really well.
I think this is my favorite cookie.
I know.
yeah,
It's
no,
like-
it's such a good cookie. And with the beer, it's
It's
this
like I can't even hear you guys literally because I'm just shoving this in my mouth. It's so
what?
good. It was funny. So when we got these boxes in, and I didn't know what paired with what, we just had all these samples of cookies. And on the side, they were blank boxes, and it's like CC, okay, that's chocolate chip. And then there was SC, that's your sugar cookie, like whatever. And then there was OW. I was like, oh, that's probably oatmeal raisin. Like just because I'm like trying to think of a traditional cookie. And everybody just looked at me and busted out laughing. I was like, I do realize that's not a thing. I'm so sorry. I was like, it's what I'm like, but what is it? I was like, after that, I'm like,
Yeah.
rip that thing open. I'm like, what is that cookie? But the orange chocolate chip, this
Oh, it's so
is
good.
amazing.
What's really nice is like I'll eat it, and it'll be so good. It'll start getting sweeter and sweeter, and then go back to the beer, and it's just like it's a little more bitter, and you can just like bounce between the 2, and it's
That's what I've been doing.
and like the
good.
spruce in the beer really is, it's light. It's not it's absolutely noticeable. Like you pop open that beer, that's the first thing you smell. But when you actually in the flavor, it's very underlying. Like you get the hops, you get everything else, and so
What part of the process is it added in that makes it so subtle?
I believe
Bright Tank.
God, give me that sheet again. But I want to say Whirlpool.
Okay.
Where did we add that spruce? It might be Bright Tank actually. I think
I
you're
think it
right.
might be Bright Tank.
To defend Coop right now, or any of us, and me just not knowing as much about these beers. I mean, I can taste beers and tell you what they taste like, but every year we do Otterbeins. This is the third year. We do 4 new beers.
Yeah.
So these are all new to us. They're not even, I mean, they're just getting shipped out now. So
I've gone
I
through
mean, these are
12 new
just-
beers in the past
Yeah.
month.
12.
Yeah,
Like
it's
12
very hard to
names.
remember all of these questions and what went where and how and
It's dry hop,
what-
by the way.
dry hopped.
Dry hopped with it.
Nice. Well, that explains the aromatics for sure.
Absolutely.
Anything, so for you guys out there, if you're not familiar with the hopping process, anything that's added during the boil on the hot side of the process, that's going to impart more on the flavor. And anything that's added during fermentation is going to impart more on the nose. So I think
Yeah.
that's probably the same for anything
For the
that's
most part.
added during fermentation.
With anything, a lot of the aromatic compounds that you get are oils.
Right.
And oils volatilize very easily. So if you think of like you cooking on a stove, if you put oil on there and you just leave the stove on, that's going to vaporize off. And it's
Right.
the same way with hops or with spruce or with whatever you add. If you throw it in the boil, you will get some bitterness out of it. You will get some astringency, and you will get some underlying notes. Like there are some things that don't volatilize off, but for the most part, if you want the entirety of that, you want to add it on the cold side,
Gotcha.
because that basically lets you keep
It
all
doesn't
those oils
cook
intact.
it off.
Doesn't cook it off.
Basically.
I mean, that's
Right.
basically what we're doing is
It
we're
is.
cooking up
You're
there.
cooking it
You
up.
got recipes.
It is. You're boiling. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's a real thing.
I mean, we
cooking.
literally
Doing
call
it.
them recipes. It's
Yes.
cooking, man.
All right. One last one.
One last one. And
Maybe.
it's
Maybe.
a
I mean,
it's a good
there's-
one.
Anybody want to yell at Megan to get us some?
Hey, yo!
No.
Wrong people look.
Megan,
Yo, Meg.
can we get some Sub Rosa over here? 3 of them.
Please.
Yes. Cherry porter.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, both.
All right. He's
Both.
just,
We'll take both.
I'll take them all.
yeah.
It's funny. Like, we act like we've never heard of these beers before. We're like, oh yes, both.
Yeah, get that
yes,
one.
now that one,
Please.
all of them. Anything you want to bring us now.
Both.
Down the line. No.
No.
And
You-
cherry porter.
You can do little ones. You don't have to do full pours for us.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. So it is Wednesday and it's raining. It's not really packed in here, but we've definitely got a little bit of a crowd at the bar and sitting at the windows looking outside.
Looking outside,
And-
looking depressed.
Looking depressed at the Christmas lights outside.
Cold and rainy is, I think, the worst weather you could possibly have.
Yeah,
like
I don't
Best
understand how-
weather to drink beer in.
That's fair.
Well, actually, not the best. Actually, all weather is good to drink beer in.
All the weathers.
But when there's nothing to do outside, you might as well
Yeah.
go inside and drink it, right?
That's yes.
Right?
And then you get these winter beers that are not like numero uno or something that's
Yeah.
like light,
Crushable.
limey and crushable. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be inside. Let me get something that's gonna warm me up and have a little more flavor. And
yeah.
that's definitely what all of these are. So before we get the Sub Rosa beers, oh Megan,
Megan crushing it.
Megan's a doll. Thank you. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Actually, here, it's right over the recorder, so don't let go. Can you set those down on the corner? Thank you.
Thanks. You rock.
Disaster averted.
Yep, let's pass it this way. Do we want to do this or Baltic first?
Let's throw this at the end. Because
Okay.
this guy's just kind of out of left
Yeah.
field.
All right.
It kind of.
I mean, I'm not
Just be
against drinking
super
it.
duper careful.
We should try the
Far enough
normal.
away.
Try the normal one, yeah.
Yeah, just
we'll
leave those
right
right
after.
there. All right.
Right.
You know I don't know. Well, I know house rules.
Yeah, we'll talk
The-
about it.
The new one is very, very new. Actually, I was
Yeah.
asking Clark about it earlier. Ben Clark, our brewmaster. All right, let's do Baltic Porter first.
Pop that shit.
We'll use my opener.
So it sounds like the music's coming through here, and I
was
keep
thinking
like
the
tripping.
same
It
thing.
is. It is coming through.
Is it?
Well, I mean,
I
it's
mean,
going in the
it's
microphone and
technically-
it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very
Okay.
trippy.
This is a
This
very
whole thing
strange
is very. This whole thing is new to me.
I like it.
The things Heather talks us into.
Yeah. I was not ready for this.
No, I appreciate you guys being here with me.
It was fun.
And knowing your last names, but never saying them, so
No.
not knowing
Right.
how to say them. That's why I tell people to give people a break when they don't know how to pronounce something. It's sometimes they're just bookworms and they've read it a million times but they never said it out loud.
Yeah.
And that's how I am sometimes.
I pronounce
fair.
simple words wrong all the time.
This is true.
And spell words that I know how to pronounce wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
English is hard. Fuck, dude.
It can be.
Jesus Christ. It's a difficult language.
It is actually one of the hardest to learn. All right, so Baltic Porter.
Yeah.
And it pairs with chocolate chip, not oatmeal raisin.
Not always.
Yeah, you're getting a whole cookie dough.
Oh, that smells good. It smells
You just
really
gave me
good.
a whole, and I feel
Yeah.
like it's not. I should share.
Hey, design
I probably don't
geniuses.
want to.
Hey guys.
Our creative team just pulled up.
This is a very complex beer. This is,
There's
I think the
a lot going on.
yeah, and that's normally how Baltic porters are. So the degree of complexity of this is awesome, and I love Baltic porters. They're one of my favorite styles. So with this, I mean, the notes that you get everything from some roast,
And that's smoke.
some
Is that
roast,
slight
and you get
smoke?
smoke. You get a touch of chocolate. You get a little bit of that kind of
campfire? That's whenever I
Campfire,
have a smoky
yep.
beer. That's what it's
Perfect
like.
for that.
It's like those marshmallows that have the smoke in them because you roasted them. That's what it like.
yeah,
With this a little bit of sweetness.
absolutely.
It tastes just like that.
There's a touch of star anise in there, which isn't detectable, but just gives you just a little bit of kind of like phenolic note to it. And then also the brewmaster, and really as soon as he said it, like popped in my head was cherry notes to it. It really has this fruity.
It's like
sweet
cherry
note.
pie. And when you have it with the cookie, it really brings that out
Yeah,
because of the sugar in it. I mean, it's chocolate chip cookie. It's sugary.
and it's
get
amazing,
that?
really. What I mean, obviously there's no cherry in it, but just the complexity of malt and
yeah.
yeast and everything, it just gives it
So
this
much
just
you can do with
wonderful. So it's, I would say of the four, this is. I mean, I love Baltic Porter, so I'm obviously biased, but this is my favorite. I just
Oh,
I
it's
could
so
drink
good.
this the entirety of winter and not get sick of it.
It's pretty delicious.
And I also just love chocolate chip cookies, so fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's
Who doesn't?
such a great combination.
All right.
And so with that kind of cherry note,
Yeah.
we had
Comes around.
some extra cherry laying around, and we thought, well, if it's got a cherry note, let's bring out a little more of that. So as a sub rosa, we kind of side fermented a section of it with cherry puree, and gave ourselves a cherry porter to really kind of play up that cherry note.
Ah. Just enough. It's like just enough cherry to really round it out.
So we just had a porter, and this is a porter, and so my question was earlier to our brewmaster was what makes it Baltic, and so for Baltic it's like a part of the world. Like I'm thinking there's got to be some like history in there, and I'm sure there is if we research a little further. But really the main thing is that it's
got
fermented
lager
with
yeast.
a lager yeast.
Yes, so it's a cleaner. The other porters, the way I kind of think about it is the other porters are
I like your get to the point. It's the
Yeah,
lager yeast.
it's
Heather.
a
Just
fucking
say
lager
it.
yeast.
It's a
That's-
fucking lager yeast. Say it. All right, go ahead.
the other porters are, in my mind, a little sweeter, a little roastier. They're just. It's gonna sound pompous, but they're just less delicate than a Baltic porter. You just use an ale yeast, and they're kind of richer, more robust. Whereas a Baltic porter, it has more subtle notes to it, and really, you have that clean yeast underlying to kind of let that malt just really shine through.
Gotcha.
Um,
It's so good.
yeah, it's just so good.
So, just to explain what the Sub Rosa series is, it's something that's only available here at the brewery. It's something that we do in our pilot system, which is a 15-barrel system compared to our 50 barrel system or our 250 barrel fermentation tanks. So it's a very small batch. And we do it draft only.
Small is all relative, but yeah.
Well, yes. I mean,
There's some
compared to-
nanos around. They're like, what? 50
barrel? I know I should have watched that a little bit. But, for what we do, it is a small batch. And we do it draft only, and it's only available in the tap room. And I think it's really fun for our brewers to get to play around with that stuff and be creative. And I know they make the same things day in and day out sometimes, what it seems like. I mean, we do make over 40 beers a year now.
Same
but, I mean,
things.
but when
All
you're
right.
making Raging Bitch or Bloodline or just
Right.
our regular beers all the time, I'm sure it's really fun to get down on this
Yeah.
pilot system and start getting creative and back to your roots, basically.
And there's a lot that we do on there as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mean, we will do kind of offshoots of certain beers. So for example, we do this where this is a Baltic Porter and we taste it. We thought, hey, we can kind of play off some notes that we're getting and give it a twist. And so that's kind of this cherry porter.
Yeah.
But then besides for that, we've got individual beers that we put on there. So we like last year, we had Goza Face Killer, which was just a dry hopped Goza, which was out of this world.
So good.
Just massive passion fruit and sour and delicious. And then also every once in a while we bring back, I mean, when you do the degree of beers that we do, you can't continue all of them forever. And so every once in a while we have to axe a beer.
Throwback
Which
Thursday
sucks.
series.
Yeah, and so we get
There
some
you go.
throwbacks every
It's
once
an
in a while
idea.
where we, I think last one we threw back was our Belgian triple Kerberos. And then going into this year, if we can do a
Kerb was so
throwback to
good.
Cujo, that would be great.
Yeah.
If any of the higher powers are listening.
I don't think it's old enough yet.
Damn it.
It hasn't been gone long enough.
You
Shather.
need to miss it a little more.
Yeah.
I already miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it so much.
I really need
I've
it
so
missed
good.
it all of this year knowing it's not coming back. I've already been missing it for 12 years. Stockpiling it in my basement.
I'll be drinking more of this. This is good.
Yeah. These will do.
Are you still eating cookies?
I eat very slowly.
Am I
have,
gonna have
like,
to
a little
send you
pile
home
of
with these 4
crumbs.
bags?
Yeah, can I get a doggy
This
bag
is your
here?
payment.
I'm gonna need all the bags.
All of the bags.
Yeah,
There's
we gonna
boxes
fight
and
over
boxes.
these bags, dog.
Yeah, they're available at a lot of different grocery stores, giant Wise Markets, and Total Wine will have them right there with the beers. So definitely go out and grab some. I mean, you don't need them to enjoy the beers.
It's
That's
true.
for sure. The beers
You
are
don't.
good on their own,
Yeah.
but this definitely enhances the experience. And who doesn't fucking love cookies?
Yeah.
So
Seriously.
I mean, it's like they're one beer by themselves, and then it's something completely different once you add the
It's
cookies.
like an accent.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Like horchata and then snickerdoodle.
Oh,
Boom.
there you
Boom.
go. Magic
Boom,
happens.
done. I have to thank our sponsors, Buffalo Wild Wings. Looking for great lunch specials? Go to B-Dubs for their fast break lunch with specials starting at just $6.79, only at your local B-Dubs in Frederick, Urbana, Rockville, Gaithersburg, and Columbia. Wings, beer, sports, you have to be here. So we've gone through.
Is B-Dubs copyrighted?
Yeah.
Like the
Oh, the name
nickname
B-Dubs?
B-Dubs?
Are
I
you
feel
worried
like,
for them? Do you want to talk to them about it?
well,
They
I feel like there's a
should-
DJ one day that's gonna be called
Like-
B-Dubs.
DJ B-Dubs. in
DJ
the house.
B-Dubs coming at you.
Yeah. I mean,
Right? They
that
better
could-
get on that.
that
Come
could-
on, Buffalo. Don't lose that.
I hope that I'm sure they're that smart. They have to be. I mean, they've done well for themselves. So I mean,
enough.
even if they don't, someone steals it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any skin off their back. But
Just looking out for you, Buffalo Wild Wings.
so before we go over the last beer, because we're gonna cheers with our last one and say goodbye. We've got about 10 minutes left here. I want to talk about everything that's going on this weekend here. So it's tonight. The party's not gonna end until 8 o'clock, but then it's gonna go on till Sunday, starting the next day. So Thursday, Friday, 3 to 8. Saturday is 12 to 8. Sunday is 12 to 6. The tap room's open. We have all of the beers that we've tasted today. All of them. We have the cookies for sale here. We also have an amazing food truck outside. I don't know if you've ever been to Roast House Pub, but the chef from Roast House has created this awesome food truck that I have the menu here and I was looking at it.
Are you still making
It's
those
incredible.
pork, or not pork, those duck dumplings?
Ooh,
Holy
those,
shit.
Because those
I don't
things are
know.
fucking.
those tacos out the store.
Those were really
incredible.
good. The Reuben cakes. Oh, those are amazing.
I'm getting hungry.
Mac and cheese fritters. Those are both appetizers that I love.
Bacon jam burger. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think everybody
Oh,
loves
damn.
that one. That's
Yeah.
been on the
That
menu
one's
for a
so
while.
good.
Old Bay bratwurst. That sounds simple but delicious. And then special for this weekend, being our winter weekend, our winter launch, we have a roast house chili. It says 3-pepper beef and sausage chili topped with sour cream cheddar and diced jalapenos. Pairs with canine winter warmer. So that's a lot of fun stuff going on here. So come get your winter beers, come get your chili, come get your cookies, come look at our naughty and nice list, come look at our snowman, our snowmen. We oh nope, they took the second snowman down, so it's just one snowman and not snowmen. But there's also a Christmas tree made out of the holiday collection, and plenty of merch and beer in the gift shop for Christmas presents if you're getting started this early. So definitely come out. So you see the hat I'm wearing, if you like it at all. I have a pretty big head, so it should probably fit anyone. Come see us this weekend. Like I said, today 3 to 8, Thursday and Friday 3 to 8. Saturday, are you laughing at something behind you?
Tofukin.
No,
We're
it's
looking at that
tofucking.
naughty.
That was-
Even better.
Yeah, so tofucking. Have you guys seen the video on the interwebs of the old lady making a vegan turducken? So it turned out to be tofucking, and she kept saying it. And she's like this little old lady, and it's just the cutest thing. So
God, I'm
that's
behind
pretty
the
naughty.
times.
I don't think she knew that it was that bad.
Yeah. Electric
Employees in the
commercials.
Samsung explosives
God
department.
damn it.
I don't think they actually have an explosive.
Well, they
department,
fucking do
but
now.
They do now. They're working on it now. Yeah, so
5
that's
p.m. sunsets. Oh, so sad.
It really
when
is.
the first day after.
That naughty list is too real. It's too it cuts me
Oh, I
deep.
know. Anthony's wiener is probably my favorite thing on it. It's not Anthony Wiener, but it's Anthony's Wiener. We always have Nicolas Cage on there.
Yeah.
I don't really hate him that much, but
No, we should throw him on the
someone on this brewery
Really
has
fucking
a
hates
deep
Nicolas Cage.
hatred
They
for
must.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Flacco slides, terrible towels, 5 p.m. sunsets. Rodrigo Duterte? I have no idea who
I'm
that
not
is.
cultured
Should I
enough
know
to
who that
know who
is?
that is.
Either, I don't know.
I don't even know who's AI Billy Big Mouth. I know what Billy Big Mouth Bass is.
Isn't
That's
it
like that
the
thing on
electronic
wall?
thing that like does the
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
wiggle?
That's probably what that is.
That's probably.
I could
Damn,
see that
that's a
being on the
fucking
naughty
throwback.
list. It is.
But I think there's a new
Where did
one.
that
What's
come
the
from?
AI? It's probably something new if it's on there, but
I don't know.
AI Billy Big Mouth Bass. Yeah. So we just have a lot going on this weekend. I think
Yeah.
if you have the time to get down here and try the winter beers and get your Christmas presents from Flying Dog, I think that's a good idea for you.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Your Thanksgiving
yeah.
favors.
Yeah. Or just drink them your goddamn self.
Yeah.
Fuck
seriously.
other people.
Eat all the cookies.
They can get their own
Drink
fucking
all
beer.
the beers. That's what I'm gonna do.
So I'm still drinking this because it is
Yeah.
a full flavored beer.
Yes.
But we can move to our last one before I chug a beer over in here, because if I don't chug a beer, I'm never gonna hear
Lose
the
all
end
your
of it.
beers.
Yeah. You gotta house that shit.
I got to. All right.
Yo, if you really I would say do a double dog. Just shut up the haters.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I have to drive home and be a mom and all kinds of things. I got shit to do.
It's true.
Do you want me to sell her a beer or what? It's not gonna sell itself.
That's fair. Sorry,
It
guys. I
kinda
got
does
peer
sell
pressured into
itself.
it.
No. All right. So, last one.
House rules, not a
House
double dog.
rules.
Actually,
Some roast
baby
is
double
serious.
dog, basically.
Second runnings of Double Dog, if you
Yeah.
will.
So double dog is such a badass, enormous beer that its tail runnings can make a secondary beer,
Yeah.
which we do.
So I think the idea behind it originally was kind of like a monk's table beer, which we've had conversations in previous shows about, which is usually a lower ABV, lighter version of anything they make, depending on the actual monastery. But it gets them through those fasting months when they're not actually eating food. They can drink beer and sustain life. So with
That's got to be healthy.
I'm
Just
I wanna
fast
get
and
on
drink beer.
that, but usually it's like 3 to 4%. So ours is a little
Yeah.
higher, even being second runnings of Double Dog. So Double Dog's 11.5. So the second runnings is going to probably be half You would think. I don't know how that exactly works.
It's not
But
exactly how it works,
but
but
it's
it's
like
fine.
5%. It's like 5%.
Yeah, it's around
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably not why it's 5%, but I'm saying a lighter version of Double Dog.
It is a much lighter version.
So it's a little higher in ABV than you're used to for a Monk's Table beer, but I will let you further explain it. Anyone.
I mean, it's an extra pale ale, so it's something where we kind of just want a light, dry, low ABV beer, and then we throw a metric fuck ton of hops on it.
Juicy hops.
Juicy ass.
So juicy.
Just
Delicious.
Metric fuck ton.
metric
It's a
fuck
new
It
ton.
is
unit.
super juicy.
Yeah, and so is it. It's Mosaic, Galaxy, and Citra. We do mix up these hops
Yes.
each time.
This is the new. I think that is the new one.
Yeah, I think this most recent one is Mosaic, Citra, and Galaxy. So you're just getting like huge passion fruit, huge just kind of like tropical juice notes, some cattiness to it, which I like.
Yeah.
That's
it's
definitely
really
on
nice.
the nose for sure.
Just
And
drinking
just juice, man.
hop juice.
Hop juice, man. That's,
Hop juice.
That's what it is.
That's a name. That's a new name.
Yeah,
You
hop
write that
juice.
down. We were copywriting
House
that on
rules,
the air
hop
right
juice.
now.
Sierra Nevada. Stop listening. Get off of here.
Yeah.
It's ours.
Copyright.
Sierra does have that. doesn't it? That's so good.
fine.
It's definitely one of our favorites. One of the longest standing from our Sub Rosa series. I think it was the first Sub Rosa, actually. Yes. I
Yeah,
think
sure.
so.
Why not?
Yeah, definitely.
So Sub Rosa is still
Who's
pretty
going to
new.
disagree with us?
Right.
It definitely
So I
was.
think, yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's delicious, and I think it'll be around for a long time in that series. I feel like it's almost always on tap here.
Yeah. No. We try and keep it on tap
Yeah.
at all times.
I mean, it's been on tap since I've been here, I think, for a year.
Yeah. I mean, we do double dog enough that
It just makes sense. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't
Alright.
we have this beer?
I'm gonna chug a beer.
I believe in you.
Should I do the raspberry leaf ale, or does it have to be the canine? I feel like they were asking specifically for canine, but that's not a crushable beer.
So what happens if you drink the raspberry leaf tea and then they still hound you?
For the
Yeah.
canine,
Because
are you
it
gonna?
wasn't a canine.
Damn it!
Ask
Who's
the
driving me
viewers.
home and cooking dinner tonight? Emily. Coop. No. All right. Hold on. Let me. Well, I might be able to.
I can give you my bike.
No, I got like half of a hummus sandwich in the fridge. Your kids can split that. You're getting
actually-
a third of a sandwich
I have
tonight.
some canned Indian curry that I bought from the Asian food market that you can have.
Yeah, we'll just let you raid the employee fridge
Yeah, you can have whatever you
and
want.
house whatever
Blame
people
me.
left in there.
You know what? I bet it's pretty healthy though. We do eat pretty healthy around
We
here.
do eat surprisingly
Too
healthy. Once we got ramen out of the vending machine.
Yeah, I mean, then we
Well,
got
that
to
was
deal
there.
with
Just
that
everyone ate ramen.
I'm
That's a
pretty
different
jealous
story.
that you ride your bike most days to work.
most days.
Most days. I mean, it was raining today.
Yeah,
There's a line that Emily if it's shitty enough out.
it depends. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do it during cold weather too. That's
Yeah.
my new goal, is to keep going.
All right.
I got sick for like a week and then I was like,
You
no,
guys keep talking about how healthy Flying Dog is.
Yeah,
we're so healthy.
I believe in you.
We eat all these cookies.
Yeah.
We're so healthy. She's doing great.
She's doing great, Heather.
Keep it up.
Be sure to still get the notes on the beer, though. Like, I would make sure you're breathing in.
Eat a cookie between each chug.
I'm curious what the tasting notes are when we sip it, and then also when you house a whole bottle. Like, I think those tasting notes should be separate.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know.
Yeah. The raspberry's much more pronounced
At the end of the chug
when you.
versus the yes. Well done.
Amazing.
There you go, Lee and Solomon. I hate you. I fucking hate you. All right. It's 4:00, so we're done.
Wow. That went
So
quick.
it's a fast hour when you're talking about beer and having fun.
Yeah.
Drinking.
One more thank you to Buffalo Wild Wings. Every Tuesday, get half-price traditional wings all day. Includes a ranch or blue cheese and celery or carrots for free. Only at your local B-Dubs in Frederick, Urbana, Rockville, Gaithersburg, and Columbia. Wings, beer, sports. You have to be here.
there.
So one more thing. This Friday, since we're not doing our show, Veterans Voices is doing their show at Buffalo Wild Wings in Frederick. the one off of 26, not Urbana, in Frederick. They're giving away a free Platoon 22 growler, which is really cool. It has like a brass knuckles handle. It's like really awesome. And Platoon 22, they are a charity that is bringing attention to the veteran suicides every day, and that's really important. And let's go out and support them on Friday at 5 if you can. One last cheers to Coop and Emily
Cheers.
in the lab
for having
and
us.
everything.
This was
Yeah.
fun.